Welcome to Dark Thai Tales, where old spirits, ancient curses, and forbidden places are not just stories, but memories passed down in whispers. This podcast contains dark folklore, ghost legends, and eerie beliefs from Thailand. Some say these stories aren't real, but those who said that are no longer here. So, before we begin, lock your door, turn off the lights, and whatever you do, don't look behind you.
Okay, let's dive in. Today we're looking at something. It's definitely got an eerie vibe. Our source material is excerpts from this thing called Whispers in the Banana Grove. And honestly, right from the start, it sets a mood.
Yeah.
You know, lock your doors, close the curtains, don't look outside, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it hooks you.
So this deep dive is all about Thai spirits, and specifically one that's really tied to a certain kind of tree.
And what's interesting is how specific the source is. It's not just banana trees.
Right.
It names the time Kruai Tani. Apparently you can spot them by their really long green leaves.
Okay, Kruai Tani. Got it.
And the core idea, well, the claim in these excerpts is that a ghost woman actually lives inside these specific trees.
Well, wait. Lives inside them, like actually in the plant itself.
That's what the source says. It's a very physical connection.
Does it say why? Why she'd be, bound to the wood like that?
It doesn't really go deep into the why of the connection, more about her. She's called Nang Tani.
Nang Tani, okay.
Described as beautiful, but also deadly. Very deadly.
A classic combination in folklore, isn't it?
Pretty much. It says she usually shows up on full moon nights, wears green, floats.
Floats, okay. Standard ghost stuff there, maybe.
And she watches. The source really implies her connection to the tree is just fundamental, part of what she is.
So you're walking past this specific type of banana tree, maybe late at night.
Yeah, the Kruai Tani.
And this spirit, Nang Tani, is supposedly in there watching you. It kind of grounds the supernatural in a really tangible place, doesn't it?
Exactly. It roots the lore, pardon the pun, right into the environment the source describes.
Okay, so that brings us to this story in the source material, an actual encounter. That talks about this man, maybe he had a few drinks after a village fair.
Right, walking home alone, near a banana grove. Standard setup for something weird to happen.
And he sees a woman there.
Yeah.
And, well, the source is pretty blunt. He thought she was attractive. Hot, I think was the word.
Yeah, that's what it says. So he decides to try and chat her up. Yeah, the excerpts quote him calling out something like, "Hey, beautiful, what are you doing out here?" Thinking she's just some local woman.
And this is where it turns, right? Where it gets properly scary, according to the source. What happens when she faces him?
Yeah. It's chilling. The source says her eyes were just black. Completely black.
Just black voids. Yikes.
And her smile was just wrong. Too wide, it says. Too sharp. Unnatural.
Okay, that's nightmare fuel.
Then she doesn't walk towards him. She floats. Just glides over the ground.
Floats.
Yeah.
Okay. And the guy, he must have realized his mistake pretty fast.
Oh, yeah. He apparently turned and ran. But the source says the wind picked up. Like it was faster than him. And the trees themselves, they started screaming.
The trees screamed. Seriously. Imagine hearing that. Wind howling maybe, but the actual trees screaming.
Intense, right.
Yeah.
Pure horror movie stuff. Described right there in the text.
So what happened to him? What's the punchline to this charming encounter?
Well, the source just says, the next morning, they only found his sandals near the grove. He was gone. Just gone. Vanished.
Vanished. And there's another detail, that specific Kruai Tani tree, the one where he saw her. It looked like it had been freshly cut.
Cut? But who?
Nobody knew. Nobody admitted to it. And this ties right into another warning that's really stressed in the source material.
Which is?
Don't cut down Kruai Tani trees. It says anyone who does dies a slow, lingering death.
So disrespecting the tree is as bad as, maybe worse than bothering the spirit directly. It's all connected.
Precisely.
Yeah.
That's the core message coming through. It's about respecting her and her home. They're one and the same, sort of.
So the final warning then, based on this source. If you're out, maybe late, and you see a lone woman under a banana tree, especially one that looks like a Kruai Tani,
Yeah.
the advice is simple, stark, really. Don't say hello.
Just keep walking.
Or run. And whatever you do, don't look back. Never turn around.
Which kind of leaves us with a final thought for you, the listener, doesn't it? Something drawn right from pondering this source.
Oh, what does it really tell us when a spirit isn't just tied to a place like a haunted house, but to a specific living plant?
Right, like part of the ecosystem.
Exactly. And what does this deep link, the spirit, the tree, these really severe warnings suggest about how, in this lore at least, respecting nature and respecting these cultural boundaries, these warnings, how completely intertwined they are?
Something to definitely think about next time you walk past a banana grove.
Chloe Tani or not. Yeah, kissy puss.
Okay, now come back to see us both again in the next episode. And in the next episode, what will we present? Please follow us on the Dark Thai Tales podcast.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support us. Thank you. Sleep well tonight. Bye-bye.